I just rewatched Meet the Robinsons and I realized this family tree is fucking confusing. Like, I remember watching this movie as a kid and just accepting everything that was happening, but watching it now, I'm just sitting here like, wait, who the hell is related to who? This movie literally throws you into a giant ass family where everybody is calling each other auntie, uncle, cousin, grandma, grandpa, and somehow all these people are connected to Lewis's future self. So I decided that I'm going to break down the entire Robinson family tree, starting from the oldest generation we actually know about and working my way down. I'm gonna need y'all to buckle your seatbelts because it's gonna be a long ass ride. So first we have Lucille Crunklehorn. Lucille is one of those scientists who comes to the science fair to judge the students and their inventions. And I really liked her because she didn't immediately write Lewis off after his first attempt failed. She even helped clean up his mess. Lucille gave him a second chance and he succeeded that second try. This woman was running on no sleep and 12 cups of coffee, and not even regular coffee. She had these little coffee patches that were basically like stickers. To be honest, I don't even drink coffee, so I'm not gonna lie, I would have probably chose the stickers too. I hate the taste of coffee, but I love the smell. You can lock me up in a room full of coffee beans. What's important about Lucille is that she isn't just some random scientist who happens to show up at the science fair. She eventually becomes a very important figure in Lewis's future. She becomes his mom. Next, we have Bud Robinson. And this man is fucking weird. At the beginning of the movie, we weren't really told who Bud was or how he like fit into everything. And honestly, Bud is just as energetic as Lucille, but in a completely different way. First of all, this man wear his clothes backwards. Like nobody told him. Nobody in this entire family looked at him and said, "Bud, your shirt is on backwards, your pants is on backwards, your hat is on backwards, everything is backwards." Then this man couldn't even find the garage. Well, I know that the house is big as fuck, but how are you looking for a garage in a toilet? Like, come on. We eventually find out that Bud and Lucille are married, and that's how Lewis realizes those two are connected. And it's crazy because Bud isn't just Lucille's husband, he's Lewis's father. Now we are moving on to Joe Robinson. He is one of Bud's brothers, and honestly, he's mostly a background character. He doesn't really say much throughout this entire movie. But this man threw a whole big ass temper tantrum just because he didn't get his peanut butter and jelly. He was sitting there sucking his thumb looking like somebody took away his favorite toy. Now we have Aunt Billy, Joe's wife, and honestly, the entire Robinson family is eccentric as hell. Everyone has their big ass personalities and everyone is doing something weird. I do have a question though. How the fuck does that relationship work? Because her husband Joe is just sitting there sucking his thumb and she's just being a happily married wife. Like, girl, what is the secret? Because I want to know how y'all get to this point. Was Joe always like this? Did Billy just fall in love with him, say, yeah, that's my man? Or was there a completely different side of Joe that we never got to see? Some MTR fans actually came up with a theory. They believe that Coach is Joe. They believe that, after a while, he either loved food really bad or he just became mentally ill. And I think I'm just gonna hop on that bandwagon because shit just happens to people. Now we're moving on to Fritz Robinson, another one of Bud's brothers. Fritz is interesting. This man is walking around with a hand puppet named Petunia, and everybody in his family just accept it. Oh, and Petunia is his wife, by the way, and they have two children. I really think Fritz went through some type of loss, and Petunia represents somebody he lost. Because why else would a grown ass man be treating a puppet like it's a real person? Maybe Petunia was somebody important to him, and this is how he copes with losing her. Now we have Petunia, and this is where I have some goddamn questions because Petunia is literally a puppet, and somehow she's Fritz's wife. But then we find out that Fritz and Petunia have two children, Laszlo and Tula. So I have to ask, are these kids adopted? Because if Petunia is literally a puppet, I need somebody to explain the logistics here. Was he just did he get the puppet pregnant? Like, mind you, this is MTR, so the family have time machines, talking fraud, teleportation, flying cars. So honestly, I'm not ruling anything out. He probably did get her pregnant. And honestly, I can't even fathom what it's like growing up with a puppet as your mom. Like, imagine getting into an argument with your mother and your dad is just there controlling her. Who the hell is giving the birds and bees talk? Now we have Tallulah and Laszlo, Fritz and Petunia's kids. I love Laszlo's name. Tula, Petunia, that is so cute. Tula is sassy, theatrical, and very performative. Like, sis does not know how to enter a room quietly. She has a very big personality, and honestly, I feel like she fits right in this family. Then we have Laszlo, who is just as eccentric as the other men in the family. He's weird, he's energetic, and he fits right in with the Robinsons. He is also an artist who likes to fight with his paint. First of all, I realized that Meet the Robinsons have a book. Why didn't nobody tell me this? Apparently, in the book, Tallulah is Wilbur's sister. What the heck? Next, we have Louis, aka Cornelius. He is the son of Lucille and Bud, and he is the main character. Louis is an orphan who has been living in an orphanage for years, and he desperately wants to find his biological mother. So, what did this child decide to do? Build a fucking memory scanner and a time machine. She had a time machine. Apparently, instead of accepting the fact that he doesn't know where his mother is, Louis said, "You know what? I'm going to figure this shit out for myself." And honestly, I can't even be mad at him because he just wanted to know where he came from. After Louis visited the future, he eventually get the opportunity to visit his biological mother, but then he realized he has a perfect family already in the future. So why the hell would he do that? I really wish that we did get like an alternate reality where we kind of see his interaction with his real mom and see how it would be if he would have grown up with her. Honestly, I relate to Louis so much because as someone who's adopted myself, I grew up always wondering how it would have been if my parents never gave me up. I eventually gave that thought up when I realized that I wouldn't have been the Elena that I am today if things were different. It is what it is. Things happen for a reason. And though I have my own set of traumas, you learn from them. Now we have Cornelia's wife, Franny. She is a fucking bad bitch, I tell you. Like, Franny is not the one. She knows karate. She can clearly whip some ass. And she got the whole confident, I'm always right attitude. And I actually love that about her because she's not just sitting in the background being somebody's wife and being somebody's mom. She have her own shit going on. She's a musician and a conductor, and apparently she teaches frogs how to perform jazz. Because of course she fucking does. This is the Robinsons family. They ain't normal. Next are her siblings, Art and Gaston. And honestly, I'm not surprised that neither one of them have kids. Not to be mean, but this family already had enough people running around. We don't need to keep adding branches to this damn family tree. Art is a pizza pilot. I thought his ass was a superhero. This man is running around in a superhero suit delivering pizza as if he's on his way to a Comic-Con after work. Then there's Gaston. He loves explosives. And I'm not surprised about that either because we have to have at least one family member that likes to commit arson. Come on. And I think that was really it about these two. I think being that Disney had to focus on the main plot, they didn't really want to give side characters too much attention. I don't appreciate that though, because I would have loved them. And finally, we have Wilbur Robinson, the son of Louis and Franny. Wilbur is probably one of the smartest kids in this entire family. He literally goes back in time to find his future father and get his help to fix a time machine. But here's where I have to give Wilbur a little bit of shit. This whole mess is kind of his fault because Wilbur left the garage unlocked, giving Goop the ability to get inside, steal the time machine, and take it back to the past. And then Goop gets his hands on Lewis's invention and completely changes the timeline. So basically, this entire movie is about Wilbur fixing the mistake that he made, which I kind of had to respect that because, yeah, you fucked up, but at least you're trying to fix your shit. Even though this is not a normal fuck up. And unfortunately for him to accomplish his mission, he had to lie to Lewis. He knew how badly Lewis wanted to meet his biological mother, and Wilbur promised that he would let him meet her if he helped fix the time machine. And Wilbur knew that it's not necessarily something he could have allowed to happen because if Lewis changed things in the past, Wilbur's entire future would potentially change. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little 50-50 on that because Lewis has spent his entire childhood wondering who his mother was. He wasn't just gonna forget about it. But at the same time, I understand why Wilbur did it because sometimes you gotta make a shitty decision to prevent an even shittier disaster. Wilbur eventually takes responsibility for his part in everything because without Lewis fixing that machine, the life Wilbur knows could have been completely erased. He wouldn't even exist. So yeah, Wilbur caused the problem, but he also fought like hell to fix it. In my opinion, that makes him a good character. He's not perfect, he fucked up, he lied, he even broke the rules of time travel. But he was willing to take responsibility when his mistake put his entire family at risk. And now that we finally made it through the ridiculous ass family tree, we have one thing left to figure out. Who the fuck are Spike and Dimitri related to? There are two twin brothers, and everybody call them uncles, but nobody know where the fuck they come from. Like, the Robinson family literally have two random people walking around their crib, and nobody knows where the hell they come from. Now, I have a theory. I originally thought maybe they were another set of Bud's brothers. I even thought they could have been Joe and Billy's kid, but The more I looked at the family, the more I started to question that. The octopus is the mammy. In the scene where Lewis is learning the family, I realized that each family member directly followed each other, and the octopus came right before the twins. I also noticed that every time they showed one family member, the direct kin was right next to them. When Lewis met the twins, the octopus opened the door. When Franny appears, her siblings are around. Tula and Laszlo are always in scenes together. They also stay in flower pots the entire movie. Disney didn't really have an explanation, so in my eyes, they had 8 legs. They weren't even at the table during dinner. I mean, unless they were for real homeless and is squatting, but I feel like the Robinsons would have took them in. And that is the entire Robinson family tree. I don't know about y'all, but I'm fucking exhausted. The fact that the future took place in 2037 and that's in 10 years, boy, I'm 24 and I will be 35. Oh my gosh, I will be 30 motherfucking 5 in 2057. Oh. If you have any fun theories, please drop them in the comment section below. I would love to read them. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this. And if you want to follow me on my other social medias, all of my socials are linked in the description, so definitely check those out. Yeah, I'm fucking finally done with this family. Goodbye, Robinsons. But I will definitely be back.